I think I really care about this person. It's like a relationship, like a true connection. I think I love him. I've always been a fan of Johnny Depp. If you told me it was the real Johnny Depp, I would be a little bit angry.
What's up, Seekers? Welcome back to another episode of Scamfish presented by SocialCatfish.com.
Vivian gave me the different prices to meet Johnny Depp. There's like 3 levels. And I chose the 1300 package.
On today's episode, we speak to a woman named Deborah from Virginia. She believes she's in an online relationship with the one and only Johnny Depp. Deborah reached out to us after seeing the previous episodes of the other guests on our channel that thought they were talking to Johnny Depp. She sent him over $40,000 to meet him in person for meet and greets and travel fees. And well, she's now having doubts that she may not be communicating with the real Johnny Depp. Seekers, let's jump into it and see if we can help her out. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
Good morning, Social Catfish. My name is Debbie. I've been married 3 times. I have been out of a relationship on purpose because I was discovering me for the past 10 years. Then I ran into this mess and it has stunted me.
After her divorce, Deborah decided to open an Instagram profile for the first time, and this is when it all began.
I liked a couple of pictures and was approached by this woman, and she said that she was his personal assistant, media, or something like that. But it was kind of cool because it was a lady approaching me, not a man. Her name was Vivian. It was a very lengthy message. She wanted to know how long I had been a fan of Johnny Depp. You know, really just elaborating on her responsibilities, that she was trying to help him connect with his fans. And it was almost like a screening. She wanted to know things that I was very vague in answering to her, to tell you the truth, because I didn't think it was any of her business. But I did tell her I was single. I just finally folded and decided, okay, let me just check this out and see if it really is. She had been on Instagram and had 12,000 followers. On her main Instagram, it looks like a woman, very staunch, and she's looking away with dark hair, really pretty skin, and she's a very pretty lady. Vivian had instructed me that I could speak with Johnny Depp.
Vivian sent Deborah a phone number she could text through WhatsApp to get a hold of Johnny Depp. That's when the two started chatting.
I just told him I didn't believe it was him. And he said that, well, if you don't want to talk to me, you don't have to. That Vivian said that you were skeptic. I thought it was kind of funny. So I wanted to play. I've always been a fan of Johnny Depp. I even have first season of 21 Jump Street. It's the conversations, and it's like a relationship. I guess it's kind of like married people, when you go home, how was your day? Oh, it was crappy. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I enjoyed talking about myself because no one had asked those kind of questions in a long time. He would call me his heart rub. He seems to really, really care. It was nice to feel that someone may be even attracted to what's up here. I mean, I'm not stupid. I think I really care about this person. It's like a relationship, like a true connection. I think I love him. but I know in my mind that it's unrealistic.
Johnny and Deborah would go back and forth over text messages for weeks before they planned to finally meet in person.
The first time I sent money, Johnny Depp and I had talked about meeting, and he described a meet and greet. I didn't know anything about it. And he referred me to Vivian. Vivian gave me the different prices to meet Johnny Depp. There's like 3 levels. And I chose the 1,300 package. I sent to a wallet that was supposedly Global Management's wallet. In the conversation, we had become tight, and it was supposedly the only way that he could be with a female was to do it through a meet and greet. He wanted to meet me sooner. They wanted to send a private jet. He doesn't want what he's doing out there. He doesn't want anyone to know anything about what he's doing. He is on like an allowance and only gets it every 3 months or something. It's allotted to him. One time was for them to get a passport for me to go to Paris, and they were going to send me in a jet. Over and over again, failed attempts because the amount wasn't quite enough. The biggest reason was because of Bitcoin, and the conversion wasn't exactly what they told me to spend on their end. So I was always running behind. There have been times that we fought because of money, management wanting more money, 100 here, 1,000 there. We just had an argument around the third.
Deborah has dished out over $40,000 to Johnny Depp and his management team for meet and greets, plane tickets, and other travel expenses. Gilbert was Johnny's logistics manager, and he always had some reason for why he needed money and also why Johnny Depp couldn't show up in person.
I had to prove to Gilbert, because Gilbert was the logistics manager. I had to show a copy of the receipt to him. And he was to coordinate us to meet, which it didn't happen because it wasn't enough money. When I got stood up at the airport waiting for a plane, management made them turn the plane around because of a landing fee or something like that.
If this isn't truly Johnny Depp, Deborah has many suspicions on who is behind the profile. The first suspicion is someone in Johnny Depp's close circle.
He has an entourage, as well as his security man. I think it's someone close to him that knows his habits and timing of what he's doing things.
The second suspicion that she has is Amber Heard. She believes that she could possibly be behind this whole thing.
And I wonder how on earth she could get the money that she has. How does she keep going? It just doesn't make sense. I don't know if it's a minion of hers.
One of the reasons Deborah feels her relationship with Johnny Depp could be true is because he claimed to be texting her while he was in court for his case with his ex-wife Amber Heard.
One time, while I was on Telegram, he tried to call me after Camille had grilled Amber, and I was at work and I couldn't take the call. And there was a legal action that he was describing to me that like 2 days later it did happen. During the trial, he had his head down in his lap and his hair all around. And I get a text from his account. And I'm like, you need to get your head in the game. the text messages would be only on breaks from court.
After searching for answers herself, Deborah turned to us to find the truth.
I reached out to Social Catfish because I'm in pain, and I want answers is the biggest thing. I reached out to Catfish because I feel that they will have the resources to help me get closure, to find answers. And I know that it has to end because it's hurting me physically as well as emotionally. If you told me it was the real Johnny Depp, I would be a little bit angry because of being taken advantage of, but I would forgive because that's my nature. It's really good to be able to tell this story and perhaps get answers and closures where I can't figure it out.
Well, Seekers, we had a bunch of information to research. Deborah sent us documents, emails from Johnny's management, passports, photos, and 2 Bitcoin wallets. It was time to dig in and find some answers.
So you guys saw Deborah's initial interview. She's struggling with this. She's been going through this for quite a while. And I know you guys had a chance to look at her information. What do you guys think about it?
I think the most challenging thing is that she truly believes that like it's either Johnny Depp or somebody related to Johnny Depp. So I think what we need to do is we need to figure out like, okay, who are the people behind the pictures? So let's get Bree and Virginia on that. Let's look up I think there was a contract. So let's look up the contract. To me, it looks fake, but let's see if we can find out where the contract came from. And then from there, we'll look up the crypto wallets. I know we started looking into them. One thing that we saw, though, is the initial deposit was the day that she deposited money. There was no other transactions that was going through that wallet before that. I think we already know where this is headed. I think we just need the solid information for Deborah to essentially just understand what's really going on. She's in denial. This is her relationship with her friends and family. And, realistically, we probably need to get her off the internet, too. What do you think, Drew?
I was looking at what Brienne and Virginia had already looked up, and it looks like the Bitcoin wallets were just created like the day that she sent the money. So, I mean, the best thing that we could do right now is get her to realize that this is obviously a scam, and Amber Heard and nobody tied to Johnny Depp has anything to do with this. So,
but what, even that we kind of talked about this earlier, is like Amber Heard is worth millions of dollars.
Right.
Johnny Depp's worth millions of dollars.
Right.
Why would they talk to anybody for hours every single day for 2 years?
It's not
for
worth
even
it.
$50,000. It's not worth their time. They're too busy of people for that to even happen. But we have to prove it to her.
Yes. So I'll start pulling the information, send everything over to Virginia and Brienne, and we'll schedule a sit down with her. Bree and Virginia sat down to dig into all of Deborah's information. Who were these people claiming to work for Johnny Depp?
You have to help me find Vivian. She reached out to Deborah on Instagram, claiming to be Johnny Depp's assistant. Problem is, we only have one picture of her, super blurry, and we have an old screenshot of her Instagram that's been taken down. So it's gonna be a little tricky.
I think we can do it though. Let's see what we can find.
All right, let's do it. So here's her Instagram. As you can see, it's just a screenshot of it because it's disabled now. That's all we got. I'm thinking we just run a reverse image search on this Instagram page and see if anything pops up.
Yeah.
All right, let's try it.
Sounds good.
Look at this. None of these look like her.
Oh, man.
I'm thinking it's because the screenshot was so vague that it doesn't know what to populate. Maybe we should do a screenshot on her actual profile picture and see if that helps.
Yeah, and maybe crop those images of her.
Okay, that might help. I think I found her profile. So just looking at her Facebook, she doesn't have any connection to Johnny Depp. She lives in Brazil, and this is definitely a stolen picture.
Mm-hmm. So another piece of information that Deborah sent us was this meet and greet, allegedly from Johnny Depp's management.
Meet and greet agreement. Okay. You know what we could do to validate this document? We can look up the email address and the address and see if it matches.
Yeah. And it looks like there's a phone number there too.
Oh, here we go.
So it looks like the email was a dead end.
Of course. But you know what? Go figure. The whole document looks fake, but
Yeah.
I did find something. So, ironically enough, Johnny Depp's actual management company is Global Artist Management. The address on the website doesn't match the address on the document, and the email address is definitely not the same.
There's Johnny.
So it's fake.
Johnny Depp.
100%.
100%.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Address didn't match. Address, email address.
Smart scammer though, using a legitimate company.
Very smart.
Exactly.
Very clever.
Because a simple Google search would lead you to believe that this is a legit document. They use the same logo and everything.
Stick around until the end. Deborah will fill us in on who she thinks is behind this profile of Johnny Depp.
It could be Amber.
Amber Heard.
Yes.
Why do you think Amber Heard's behind this? And we'll go over everything that we found.
I would like for Johnny Depp to come on here and say, hey, here's a check for your money and everything is cool and copacetic. We're going to be good. That's what I would like.
What if I was to tell you that Johnny Depp had nothing to do with this, though?
If you've made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. We appreciate you so much.
It was now time to sit down with Deborah and go over everything we found. What are you hoping comes out of this research that we found?
I've lost weight, connections with my family, and it's just been overall a very anxious time for me. And it's not been fair to my family because I've not been the same person. I would like for Johnny Depp to come on here and say, hey, here's a check for your money and everything is cool and copacetic. We're going to be good. That's what I would like.
What if I was to tell you that Johnny Depp had nothing to do with this, though?
I would believe you.
Let's get into some of the searches that we ran.
You sent over a list of crypto wallets. And what we did was we made a list of all the addresses and we researched the information for each of those wallets, seeing if there's a connection with any of the transactions. And what we had found was the majority of the wallets eventually led to a Binance exchange. So money is being transferred over to different wallets through transactions.
I think Johnny Depp is a very innocent kind of person. And he probably signs off on whatever and trusts people too much. And I'm not sure, it has to be someone close. Because like last night after they played, it was like right after they got off the stage, he texted me. And every time when he played with Beck, in between there would be a pause there and he would talk with me. So it's someone that's right there with him all the time. Someone intimate like security, or maybe even like his roadie men that set up the guitars or something. I don't know. It's someone close to him. That's what I think.
Gotcha. And then
Or it could be Amber.
Amber Heard.
Yes.
Why do you think Amber Heard's behind this?
A lot of the verbiage that has been used, I look back and at the time I questioned it, but then I let it go. Like I showed her a picture of my ex and they said, oh, he's cute. Why would a man say another man is cute? Handsome maybe, but not cute.
At this point, Deborah was trying to find any connection she could to Johnny Depp. The only reason she had suspicions of Amber Heard being behind the profile of Johnny Depp was the verbiage he would use sometimes. But we had more information to go over with her to prove that this was just another scammer. Next is the passport.
We used our reverse image search tools to run this image in our site, and we found an exact match. And where this exact match was found was on a Twitter account. Yeah, so someone had uploaded this image, the exact image on their Twitter account stating that they were scammed by a fake Johnny Depp. And this was the same exact passport used and was sent to her as well.
So that was on the Twitter account. See, okay, go ahead.
This person says, what the hell? The girl who was being scammed by a fake Johnny just sent me this pic. Apparently her scammer has sent her this. They're even producing fake passports now to convince their victims.
It's pretty bad.
Any questions, Deborah?
No.
As we were going through the information, you could tell Deborah was starting to realize what was really going on.
This is perfect, what you're doing. I need this.
She needed to hear the truth. We had to get rid of any thought that she had about this profile having any connection to Johnny Depp or anyone he was associated with.
One of the reasons why you think Johnny Depp is real has a little bit to do with the global artist company, correct?
Yeah.
So you had received a document and you had sent that over to us, and we examined it. And we did find a few inconsistencies, one of them being the fact that the address on the document is false. It's not the actual address and location for this company. And then another thing we noticed is there were emails. And when we looked into that, we found that that wasn't even a correct format. If you're representing a company, it's going to be at global, right? At globalm.com. It's not going to be someone's personal email.
Yeah. Okay.
Are your wheels turning a little bit on what we're kind of getting at?
It's all fake.
Yeah.
Through the interview with Deborah, the fake profile of Johnny Depp was texting her. We had to stop the interview several times so she could check her messages.
I'm sorry. He keeps... Please. I'm sorry. How can I do this? Well, he's off. Okay. He's off for right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you good?
Yeah, he's not typing right now. I don't have to pay attention to that.
What's he saying to you?
Just hey. And smiley faces. Just hey.
Does he know that you were going to join us today?
Yes. He said that his girlfriend should not do interviews, or his fiance should not do interviews. That doing interviews would just mess up the whole thing. And I said, I'm going to do what I want to do.
So, Deborah, I'm not a psychologist, but I personally think from a friend to another friend, I think you need to get off the internet for a while. It's stressing you out. You're creating this world that's not reality. Having Johnny Depp's manager stealing money from him when we found all the transactions in the Bitcoin, Amber Heard being a part of this. There's nothing real behind any of the reasons of why you would think any of these things. And I really just think you're stressing yourself out. They're just causing confusion. That's what scammers do. They want to cause confusion for you so you can put these things together. Anything that any of these accounts told you is a lie. And moving forward, you should block all of them because they're out to get your money.
Great.
Deborah seemed to take in all of the information we had pretty well. The hardest part about being involved in a romance scam is to disconnect. The internet is the wild, wild west. Anyone can create a fake profile and pretend to be anyone they want. We plan to continue to educate her on online safety, and we even set her up with some tools to help along the way.
I'm looking forward to blocking that account and being finally done with it. And I want to know the next steps that I need to take.
I want to let you know that we're here for you. We have steps for recourse, to start with the unfrauded tool that we have for.
We have an unfrauded tool. This is a new tool that our company created. You can use this tool to verify basically anything. You've got a fishy text message or suspicious email, you drop it in the unfrauded tool and it spits out a verification, yes, this was fraud, or no, it wasn't. So we'll definitely sync you up with access to that tool, and we think that you'll find it very useful.
I thank you very much for taking me on, and I'm glad to finally have closure, to know that I can stop throwing money into this pit that is just not going anywhere. I really appreciate the services of Social Catfish, because I just didn't know what to do. I was on the loop and falling like down the drain. I was going down the drain.
Thank you so much, Deborah. It was nice meeting with you today.
Thank you for being there for me.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. Remember, all of our new videos go out every Wednesday, so please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, Seekers, we'll see you guys next time.